Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Consumer Shorthand classes. The chapter is Halving Principle, Section 2, video number 189. In the previous chapter, the Halving Principle, Section 2, Section 1, we have learned about the halving principle with respect to all the consonants listed in the table of consonants. That is P, B, T, D, etc. Now in this section, exclusively for the strokes M, N, L, R. Okay. If the stroke M is halved, addition of T will come, MT, because M is the light stroke, T will come additionally. Like that, if N is halved, T will come additionally NT. If L is halved, it will become LT. If Ray is halved, it will become RAT. Now, if this M is halved and thickened, the sound of D will come MD. Like that, N. If N is halved and thickened, it will become ND. If L is halved and thickened and right downward, it will become LD. This LT will be written upward, but LD will be written downward. I am showing the arrow, you see. Like that. Or if Ray is halved, it is RT, but downward R is halved and thickened, it will become RD. This downward R halved will be written downward, RD. So this is MD, this is ND, this is LD, and this is RD. As can be seen from the page number 92, 93, you see the page number 92 and 93. In 93 page, the M is thickened for addition of P or B. Ing is a consonant as listed in the consonants table. And L is thickened for the addition of R. And R is thickened for the addition of R. Now, why not this imp can be halved for addition of imped or imbed, and why not this ing shall not be halved for the addition of inged? Why not this lar can be halved for the addition of larred? And why not this for rarred? It is not allowed here. Only M can be halved and thickened for the addition of D. N can be halved and thickened for the addition of D. L can be halved and thickened and right downward for the addition of D. And R can be halved and thickened for the addition of RD. This is MD, this is ND, this is LD, this is RD. Okay. Now you see the illustrator, page number 107. As in the word, so you see the four strokes M, N, L, R, which are halved to express the addition of T are also halved and thickened to indicate the addition of D, MD, ND, LD, or D, as in the words mate, halved mate, halved and thickened made, aimed, timid, neat, need, and old, aired. Now, the rules to be followed regarding the halving of M halved thickened, N halved thickened, L halved thickened, and R halved thickened. You see, the half-length form LD, standing alone, when standing alone without joining to another strokes, is used only for words beginning with a vowel. You see here, these two words are beginning with the vowel. In such words, the downward LD can be written, or otherwise in words like sold. Here, the word is starting with consonant, not with vowel. Then we have to write the complete strokes. Sold, styled. This is hold. Okay. Para C. When a vowel occurs between LD, when a vowel occurs between LD or RD, this is RD, this is RD. Both consonants must be written in full. Why? Because so as to enable to place the vowel. You see here, paled is there. There is no vowel between L and D. Then we can write LD like this, paled. But whereas pallid, this vowel is separating. Then we have to write both L and D. Here not necessary. Here we have to write Re and D put in full. Here not necessary. We can write the shortened stroke, sword. This is RD, Re D. We have to write. Here not necessary, but here we have to write Re. Then next, the sign LR cannot be halved to represent the syllables LRD, RRD respectively, because the forms L halved, R halved are used for representing LD, RD as explained above. I have explained you already. LR cannot be halved for the addition of LRD, D, LRD. Like that, downward or thickened cannot be halved for the addition of D, like LRD. Here, a rule is earmarked in para number E. The stroke imp or imb or ing cannot be halved for the addition of either TRD unless they are hooked initially or finally. You see here imp, because initial or came, it is halved for impaired. Here imp or hook is there, and hence rampart we have written like this, like that ing, because R hook is there, it is halved for ringed. Like that final hook is there, N, and that's why impugned is like written like this. But impute, here no initial hook is there to imp, then we have to write full stroke. Here imbued, there is no initial hook, then we have to write full stroke. Like that belonged, inged is there, there is no initial or final hook, then and hence we have to write full stroke, belonged. This rule we have to follow strictly. Next, you see page number 108, RT and LT. RT and LT. The sign for RT and LT are generally written upward. Part, belt, fort, fort, like this. But after N and ing, after N and ing, this LT shall be written downward. Inlet, this is a ringlet, and it is written downward after way. After way, LT is written downward if no vowel follows. Here in this dwelt, no vowel is following LT, and hence we are writing dwelt like this. But twilight, here vowel is following the L, then we have to write LT upper, twilight. Next, the light sign reti. The light sign reti may be hard for RD also when it is not convenient to write RD. You see, this is Lord. Actually, this is the sign for RT. But it is not convenient to write this RD here. If we write, it is somewhat cumbersome. That's why Lord we can write like this. Like the colored, KL like that cottage, like that preferred. Okay. After the Shanuk, ST may be written downward or upward. Either downward or upward we can write as per convenient. Here you see protectionist. It is written downward after Shanuk. Like that progressionist, it is written upward after Shanuk. Okay. You see joining of strokes of unequal lengths. The halving principle may be applied to words like effort, named, where the difference of thickness shows the inequality of length. You see here, effort is there. If we write RD, thickness is showing the difference. Here also in the named, thickness is showing the difference. And hence we have written this named MD like this and RD like this. But in the words cooked, you see actually how we have to write this cooked, duly following the rule. Cooked, KD means K halved, KD. Like this we have to write. Can we identify this outline as cooked? We can't. Because here K, this one K, this is KD. But while reading, it is very much difficult to identify this as cooked, and hence it is suggested to write full stroke KKD. Instead of writing D, we can write T. It is written like this, KKT. Cooked, KKT. Cooked. It will become cooked. There is no other word as cooked. Like that, looked is there. Actually, looked is to be written like this, LK. It is much difficulty to identify this as looked, and hence we have to write looked. Instead of D, it is written as T, looked. Here, propped. Propped is to be written like this, propped. Can we identify this as propped? We can't. That's why we have to write full stroke. Like that, minute. Minute is to be actually to be written MN. Can we identify? We can't identify. And hence, we have to written MNT. Now see, off-sized TRD. Off-sized TRD means half-length stroke of TRD. is always disjoined when immediately following the strokes TRD. This is half length T. This is half length T. This is half length D. This is half length T. When this T is following another D or T, we have to write by disjoining this T with this T. You see, attitude. T is to be disjoined. Why? Because without disjoining, if we write like this, how we can identify? We can't identify. Attitude. Can we identify? We can't identify it. And hence this thing. Dreaded. If we write like this, can we identify? We can't identify. And hence we have to write like this. Like this. Dreaded. We can't write. Credited. We can't identify. That's why when half length T or D is following another T or D, the half length form should be written by disjoining. Right? Next, the half size stroke is also disjoined in some other cases as aptness. We can write like this. Tightness, we can write like this. And hesitate, ingly, we can write like this. Right? Next, past tenses. In past tenses, dead or dead is always indicated by half length T or D respectively. Part, we have to write like this, part. This parted, like this. Braided. Coat, coated. Ted is to be written with half length stroke, like this. Graded. Okay. You see, the halving principle in phraseography. The halving principle is employed in phraseography as follows. For the word it, as in if it. Actually, if is to be written like this, T is to be written like this. If it. This is halved and written as if it. This F is halved to indicate the sound of T and made as if it. I am not. I am is to be written like this and T. M is halved for T and N-hook is placed here. I am not. You may not like this and I will not. This would at all times actually to be written at all times. So for T is halved, L-hook is placed for all at all times. Tal halved M circles. Able to make, actually it is to be written like this, but for two, bal is halved, MK, able to make. You see this halving principle in phraseography in page number 191 also. In 191 page, the halving principle is used for indicating the following. If it, able to, you will not, this would be, this word, from time to time. What I have told here, it is repeated here. So, this is the halving principle section 2. Now, you are advised to make practice of this lesson carefully and exercise 87, 88, grammar locks 89 and 90. And in the next video, I will give dictation and go for doubling principle. Now I will tell you grammar locks. K halved N-hook above the line cannot. K halved N-hook above the line cannot. Gentleman, J halved above the line, gentleman. Plural number, gentlemen on the line. Particular, per halved above the line, particular on the line, opportunity. Child, shall halved above the line, child. Bal halved on the line, build and building. And tal halved on the line, told. Tried, tar halved above the line, tried. Tal on the line, tell. Tal halved on the line, told, past tense. Tar halved above the line, tried. Tar above the line, tried, like that, tried, trade, toward. If we put circulars towards, inghaved above the line, hand, and inghaved on the line, under. Okay? You carefully make practice of this entire section, and in the next video, take dictation of this chapter. Okay? Thank you.